there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 3 with the Villainous Wealth ramp. Yes, we would like to keep this hand. It's going to be a mirror. This is going to be very, very interesting. I think I like our deck versus the mirror, as we have less fat. Other than he has more ways to get like Ugins. Other than Ugin and Ulamog don't do a lot versus us. They pretty much, he's still inscrying here for the one that adds 2 mana. So I'll have 2 of them. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. But I think we have a better plan with Villainous Wealth. We get a Hedron Archive out next turn. The Oblivion Sower will be able to get us some lands. He's going to map the waste, which bolsters on the offshoot. Which is actually a... You could easily go map the waste over the pilgrimage for this very reason. So what's better here, an archive or an explosive vegetation? I think a vegetation is. So we'll explosive vegetation. And the race is on. And next turn we can Oblivion. I'll bring in the negates, post board, and the painful truce, but I think that the board pretty much stays similar. Might take out pilgrimages. I think we keep in everything else as far as creatures are concerned. And negates are okay. They can counter Ugin. So there's an explosive vegetation. So if he's got the Ugin, the Ulamog next turn, that could be a bit of an issue. But I think he'll have to decide to target one, two, three, four, five, six. So it does. Yes, it does give me a Rattleclaw with the Oblivion. Find some good lands here. Really, only one land after that, but it's a Dragon Lord and a Hanger back. And this actually allows me to pilgrimage. Or morph down a Rattleclaw. I think we'll pilgrimage here. And pass the turn. So we do need to find our Villainous Wealth. If we do next turn, I think we're in great shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he can... Okay, Hedron Archive, so he doesn't have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2... And Sylvan Scrying is going to go get another shrine here, possibly? Yeah. He has 7 mana. And he's just going to sack it. To draw 2 cards. Yeah, we actually have some pretty good padding against Ulamog. Play the Forest. See if we can get some more juicy cards. That is a good one. And here we can archive. Morph over a Rattleclaw. And pilgrimage to thin out some more. But we need that Villainous Wealth. And I will attack in with one of the Oblivions. Yeah, he just lets it go. It's damage is so bad in this mirror. So we need a Villainous Wealth before he gets an Ulamog. We have an archive of our own that can draw 2 cards. We have some cataracts that, or blighted cataracts or fens, whichever one the blue one is. We've exiled 1 Ugin. He's gaining an obscene amount of life, but it just doesn't matter. I'm gonna beat him with his own Villainous Wealth, or his own cards with the Villainous Wealth, if we can draw into it. But so far, not so good. All right. He's down to a whopping 22. 3 cards in hand. We'll morph over a Rattleclaw again. And go Whisper. And then pass the turn. So he's gone through half his deck. Well, we actually exiled 2 of his cards. And here comes probably Ulamog, or it looks like Hangerback for quite a bit. Which Hangerbacks are pretty decent in this deck as well. They help you stabilize quite against your opponents. Yeah, it looks like he's going to tap out Hangerback for 5. Which allows him to go get an Ulamog. So yeah, we're on kind of a clock. Sort of. I don't know. We're still fine. We don't really have a lot of draw spells left in our deck. Just 2 Hedron Archives. But statistically, we should have hit a Villainous Wealth by now, which is disappointing. The Pilgrimage will thin back out our library some more. And I can't attack in. So, womp womp. 4 forests in our hand. And then we're on a clock with Ulamog. We're on a huge clock with Ulamog. But the Rattleclaw can generate that mana. But that, if he kills the swamp, I just lose. So he does go for the Swamp and the Island, which gives me the ability to block his Ulamog. And we actually don't need the island. I'm actually let that go through. I don't care about it. And maybe, just maybe, we can draw into a relevant card here. Ay, ay, ay. That is just... Of course, the next turn, we draw the Villainous Wealth. And so he did the right move. think you just attacking with Ulamog here, because he most likely gets the other swamp, and then I just can't win. Because then there's 2 more swamps in the deck. So let's see, did it get the 2 swamps? It, in fact, did. So we are dead. Did not get one of the Ulamogs, though. Just terrible luck. Didn't get the other... Oh, it did get the other island. And we do kill this. Oh, he's indestructible. Yeah, this is over. Unless we can get an Ulamog. Off the top. Only got one of the Villainous Wealths. That means we have 2 more dead cards we can draw into. And see if he's got another Ulamog chilling in his hand. He does. So he takes out the Oblivion. Is what I would do. We can still win this by drawing into our last Ulamog. But we have 1 draw to do so. And taking out that Sanctum actually hurts as well. He still has 1 card in hand. So, Ulamog off the top. Could I find a relevant land? Maybe? Possibly? Nope. That is game. We get milled. Okay. We'll put in the painful truth. Jeez, that'll help us draw. And 2 negates, I think. Do I even care about negates? What is negate? Just no, negates. I don't even think I care about negates. And we can take out Ugin. Yeah, I actually don't like Ugin in this matchup. Oh, or the Revenge. I guess just take out one of our Rattleclaws is fine. Now, we're going to go as quick as possible for the Villainous Wealth. I hope he doesn't have the card that gives him hexproof. So, Pilgrimage is just slower. Sure, we'll submit this. Now, do we play second or do we play first? I might actually play second for the card advantage. I think I do. I think I actually play second in this matchup. Because I think card advantage ends up being quicker in the long run anyways. I still find that's still pretty funny that I found a Villainous Wealth right after the turn that Ulamog came out. Alright, so no, I'd not like to play first. And we're keeping this. Yeah, we have the Ulamog in our hands. We're keeping this. It's slow, but it's fine. This is much better on the... And our opponent does keep as well. See if he's got a 2-drop. I didn't see any, though. Hanger back for 1. I could care less about that. It's not going to be aggressive enough. And see if he's got a Pilgrimage or a Bolster. He's going to Sylvan Scrying for his Sanctum. Or the... Just a mountain, huh? And that's able to pump up his Hanger back. We use the Pilgrimage, even though, yes it does. We don't have to discard quite yet. And then we'll have the Explosive Vegetation. See, now we're ahead of turn. That's why on the draw can work out. We have more cards. We have more lands. And he's not even being aggressive with the hanger back. We Explosive Vegetation here. Which is getting closer to Ulamog. Which will get rid of the hanger back. Or the Villainous Wealth. Either one is fine. And he is going to decide to start attacking it because he wants to use something here. A Whisper. Uh-oh. That card is actually really good against us. I forgot that it did exist in the sideboard. So, here we'll play a Pilgrimage. This allows us to thin up our deck a little bit. And Whisper. And now next turn we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we do have 10 for the Ulamog. So Whisper of the Wilds does give him some advantage, but we'll get rid of the Hangerback Walker and the Whisper. He can't quite get there. We'll take the damage. I don't think he can react to this. I'm not sure. So we'll exile the Hangerback Walker. Do I even care? It's definitely the... I might just get the Sanctum. And leave the Hangerback Walker. And that way, he can try to be aggressive. But we should be okay if we just get some Nissa's renewals. Just need to avoid drawing lands and just draw into a Villainous Wealth and we win. So we will block one, and I think we do. No, we won't block quite yet because we can ramp pretty well. Down to a 3. Could be just playing a Crater's Claw in his deck. There we go. There's our buddy. That gains us 7 life. And can still archive here. And I think we do attacking with Ulamog. He's actually just going to... Yeah, he's just going to concede. I don't think it's over. Wow, yeah, it definitely wasn't over yet. Negates and Dispels still don't seem good. The Rising actually doesn't seem bad. Virulent Plague doesn't actually work how we'd want it to work. I think we submit. And he might be switching things up again. It didn't work for him to be aggressive. We just got the Ulamog out quicker than him. See what he decides. Yeah, we absolutely keep this. This is good. He decides to play first again. I prefer to play second, so that's fine. And hanger back for 1, so he's on the same plan as he was before. So So we'll Rattleclaw into Explosive Vegetation into the Sower. Map gives him a 2/2 hanger back, so he'll attack in. We're not worried about his damage. It's not going to be quick enough. And we'll Explosive Vegetation now. And then pass the turn. Which we're ahead. He's going to attack in for 2 and maybe go Whisperwood Elemental again. Well, he can draw the Whisperwoods. I'm not quite sure they're going to be that decent versus a Sower. See if we can hit some good lands here. Oh, beautiful. And it's a Shrine. Which then allows us to what's the better play here? I think we just, yeah, we'll archive. Now Whisperwood is a little bit of a problem. Finds a Sanctum of his own. We got to erase his own Ugin. Hedron Archive, 2 cards left in his hand. See if he comes in. He doesn't even come with hanger back. He's going to try to flood with the Whisperwood. I don't know if that's going to get there. Cataract can draw us cards. Renewal can draw us cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6. And I still think, yeah, well, Pilgrimage, that allows us to go get some more basics. And hopefully just find a Villainous Wealth for once. That's all we got to do. And this game is over. But we cannot, it just doesn't seem like this deck wants to draw it in the mirror. Gone through 20 cards of our deck. No Painful Truce either. A Painful Truce would draw us 3 cards. He's debating whether to just kill his archive. He's going to, okay, put a counter on his. We can draw 4 cards next turn is the good news. To the Cataract. Another archive. That means that we're going to not have an Ulamog hit us. And I will draw some cards in a turn. Ugh. Villainous Wealth. Well, we'll do it again. And only 2 more cards left in our library. Can't quite cast the Blighted Cataract. Doesn't look like he has a Ugin or an Ulamog either, though. Or he does. Well, I guess this matchup just comes down to the draws. He decides to go for those 2. That's fine. And that goes and gets him another Ulamog. Or maybe a Void Winnower. Yeah, it just goes and gets him a backup. And I take a ton of damage here. Go down to a 16. I basically have one or a couple draws to try to find what I need. But it just, out of all the things We could have... Painful Truce at least can draw some cards. And there it is. Okay, does it work, though? Do we just go crazy here? I don't know if we can even find him enough. 15 cards. Okay, we're good. So, cast. How do we want to do this? Cast. Yeah, this ends up being okay. Cast. And cast Ulamog. He still has another Ulamog, though, for the Ulamog. Cast. And then cast. So the Ulamog is going to get rid of an Ulamog. And... uh-oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he's got another land, I think we get rid of Hedron Archive here. Yeah. Yeah, we do. So Ulamog killing an Ulamog. That's lovely. We get an Ugin. Explosive Vegetation gets the last two in my deck. Explosive Vegetation gets nothing. Explosive Vegetation gets nothing. Nothing. Hammerback Walker dies. We get a Whispered Elemental for a blocker. And the Sylvan Scrying can at least go get the other Cataract, I think. So now at 1, 2, he's got 7, 8, 9. He's got to draw into a land for another Ulamog. And I think we just kill off this Whisperwood. And yeah, I guess that's that. The problem is the Whisperwood do not find me a Villainous Wealth at the bottom underneath. A Renewal, yeah, we don't need that. See if he drops a land and just casts his other Ulamog. And this is only turn 8? That's insane. So obviously he didn't draw a land. Even if he does Ulamog, yeah, we're on a two-turn clock if he does Ulamog. Ugin is incredibly weak. Three damage to me. He's going to attack. Oh, just 3 damage to my own Ugin. I think he didn't need to do that. And I think we just won the game. We need another Villainous Wealth. There it is. Let's go out in style. So even if he would have Ulamog last turn and got rid of my guys, we would have drawn in the Villainous Wealth and won the game via Villainous Wealth. So that was a close game. That was an incredibly close game. That's exactly 21 too. So oh! Yeah, I just still think we have the edge over the mirror just because Villainous Wealth is that powerful. Anyway, we'll go on to the next match. It's been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 4 with the Villainous Wealth. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We have to mulligan this though, way too many lands. This is a little bit better, and we don't need it. We'll put it on bottom with the forest. So, see if this is gonna be another mirror. Wanted to see that. I hurried and queued up to see that Atarka Red matchup again. I think it's very winnable if we just you have to stabilize and get the Pilgrimage, or not the Pilgrimage, the Renewal. But that Villainous Wealth almost won us the game. If it would have found us a Temur Battle Rage, no, it still wouldn't have quite got there. But Become Immense Temur Battle Rage would have been funny. Off of Villainous Wealth off our opponents with the Oblivion. Alright, looks like we're going into another mirror. This deck is a popular deck lately, and it's a woodland. I don't really like the woodland in this deck because it doesn't really net you. Only nets you up one land, which isn't what I want to be doing. So, a little bit of a slow hand. We have the Pilgrimage, not quite into a Renewal. But the Pilgrimage will at least guarantee we hit these other drops. And a Shrine. And see if he has his map. So he does. And we're off to a similar start than we saw with our other opponent that had the mirror. So we'll Pilgrimage. Pilgrimage can only get us basic forests. But it does thin out our deck. And give us that card advantage. Cool combo with the Villainous Wealth into a Oblivion if we exile any lands with the Villainous Wealth, because they get exiled, right? Yeah, then this can actually play them. Or if we go up in against any deck that does exile lands, like a Dig Through Time deck, that's going to be an interesting card. Or an interesting matchup. But the Offshoot is doing nothing. It's gaining life. Oh, he'll attack in with it now, I believe. Can't quite Renewal, neither can I. We're both kind of stuck here at this 5. If he has an Explosive Vegetation, that's going to hurt because he can ramp out a quick Ugin or Ulamog. I think we do need one more Ugin in this, or Ulamog in this deck. Sylvan Scrying, that can go get a card. He already played a land this turn, though. So it's not going to be coming out this turn. Gets him another Sanctum and a Pilgrimage. Does allow him to go get 2 more forests. Alrighty, we need a good card off the top. It actually doesn't matter what we get off the top because it's not really that relevant. I think we're going to be trying for Villainous Wealth as quickly as possible as soon as we can get it up to 13 mana to try to get his own Ulamogs. So Sanctum's okay, but we just have a wasted turn this turn. And he can get me this turn with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a land. And if he does have an Ugin in hand, I think this is pretty much game. Because the Ugin it sacrifices the Sanctum. So I think we actually will Oblivion this turn and then Renewal the next turn. Let's pump up his Ugin. 4, 5, 6, 7. You actually can't cast it next turn though. See what we get. Huh! That's a beautiful one. Unfortunately, it doesn't do a ton. But it does put him under some pressure. He doesn't have a lot of shrines left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's 10. So we're actually in great shape. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. And so we have another turn. Oh, then Ugin is going to go up to a 11. He's playing one as well. See what he grabs. He gets 2. That actually hurts. Gives him a blocker. And that makes it so the Renewal is kind of weird. And that draws 7 cards, puts 7 permanents onto the battlefield. And there's the Hedron Archive. There's another one. And we missed on that one. Completely missed. Yep. End up not. We'll Renewal here. And grab Swamp, Island. I think, because then he can destroy a swamp and an island, and I still think we can. Man, that one needed to hit. Wonder what he decides to do with the Ugin this turn, if he decides to ult it or not. He does have the mana for Ulamog. He's going to draw the 7 cards, gain 7 life, and put 7 permanents onto the battlefield. But he doesn't have a lot of things that trigger. He could put another Ugin for sure. But he needs to kill off the island with Ulamog. Yeah, so he decides to put another Ugin, Hedron Archive, and some lands. Gains a lot of life, which again is not relevant in this match when we're going to mill him out. He casts Ulamog here, which can go get him another Ulamog. I hope he gets greedy and just takes out the Oblivions. But we can draw into a Rattleclaw to steal Villainous Wealth for a lot. And we can use Rattleclaw to be great with the shrines, because they can actually spend it to morph over. Surprised he goes map. He still has tons of mana. And here comes... Really? Oh yeah, because he still has the mana. See 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, he doesn't have the mana. Oh yes, he does. Hedron Archives. See if he's smart and takes out the island in the swamp. He decided not to Ulamog. Why? Sure, I'll double block. Is there a reason for that? What in the world is going on? Oh, he just wanted to kill off one. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. He can only add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can't Ulamog here. Villainous Wealth is going to wreck him. Yeah, and he's gonna help me mill him. Alrighty, here we go. Watch him have like a random negate. Oh no, he doesn't have the mana for it. Villainous Wealth for 12. Here we go. Ends up being pretty weak, actually. Yuck. Gets us a Desolation Twin. Oh, but that allows us to get an Ugin. And a Void Winnower. Gets us 2 10/10s. He's down to 6 cards. So you sacrifice to go get the Ulamog. Sacrifice to get the Void Winnower. And sacrifice. Okay, that was okay. Yeah, that's still better. I should have got the other one because it would have milled him out. So Desolation Twin gets us our buddy. Explosive Vegetation. And then map the wastes on okay, finds us our last one. This actually has a target. Has a Sanctum of Ugin. It's just going to be... Yeah, Sanctum of Ugin can go get the... We'll attack into Ugin. And kill off his Ugin. Don't know if that's relevant. But he can cast an Ulamog and actually go get another one. Five cards in hand, 6 in his library. So here comes Ugin. Maybe I didn't cast the Ugin because I had counter magic up. Did I last turn? Did I have any untapped? I don't think I did. But he's going for Ugin and a Desolation Twin. That's fine. And he will search up another card, which is bad because he has 4 cards in his library now, which allows me to mill him next turn. So has 11 mana. Just cast another, or hanger back for a bazillion. A 5/5 hanger back. And we'll play the Sanctum of Ugin, which allows us to cast the Void Winnower. Goes and gets us the Oblivion. Five, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't matter how we tap this. And that is game. Alright, so, again, this is where we just bring in Painful Truce, I think, is it. And take out some Pilgrimage. I don't think we need Negates. I don't think we need Dispels. Or Negates especially. They don't do much. I mean, countering an Ugin is not that bad. Or even countering like a Hedron Archive. He's going to get there with his lands eventually. And I still like my Rattleclaws and Whispers. They're quicker than the Pilgrimage. I could go for a Gaea's Revenge. It puts him on a fast clock, but I don't think like the gains 7 life to 27, and that'd be 4 attacks. This is fine. It's a bit slow, but we are on the draw. Love to draw into like a Rattleclaw. We need to get ramp into the Sower as soon as possible. There's Rattleclaw. Awesome. Have it next turn. I don't know if it helps too much actually in this. Now we need Explosive Vegetation after the Rattleclaw. We find the swamp naturally. We'll cast the Rattleclaw. And then next turn we can Pilgrimage. Madagar Hydra out of nowhere. I don't think it's gonna get there quick enough. Did not expect that. And we draw into the Explosive Vegetation, so this is beautiful. And we can get just an island and a forest. way far ahead of him. He can do an Explosive Vegetation this turn. Map the Waste puts him up to a 4/4, but only ramps him 1 card. So maybe Mana Gorger is the Mirror Breaker. Well, the Sour's going to be able to block him for a turn. And you never know how many cards this is going to get, how many lands. Gets us 2. That's not bad because then it allows us to do a Pilgrimage. And we can still block the Mana Gorger for a turn. We need an Ugin to take care of Mana Gorger. Oh, now we can't. We'll still block it. That might actually get there. That's a fast clock with a Gorger. And a Sylvan Scrying. We're going to take 1 trample damage. So you need to find a Villainous Wealth or an Ugin as quickly as possible. And he's going to even hang her back for 1. Which once again, though, we should have drawn into a card, one of our finishers. Through 15 cards of our deck. We still block, might as well. Take 2. And that was not a good card to draw. Well, painful. The thing is, Painful Truth needs to find an Ugin. Gives him a 1/1 counter. It's up to an 11 already. And we 4, 5, 6. There's no black mana. I guess it's just a renewal here. Which may or may not. Yeah, it should survive another turn. Swamp, swamp, island. We're up to an 18. We do have a blocker if we need it. And then pass. So he's got a renewal as well, it appears. An Ugin. Is that lethal? Not quite. But it's annoying. We go down to a 1 if he attacks him with both. Which I think is okay. Because we have a huge Villainous Wealth here. Which should find an Ugin of his. So, here goes nothing. Do I keep back? No. Yeah, no, we don't need to keep it back. We spend the mana. You can find a Nissa's Renewal and an Ugin or an Ulamog will work. That is 12 cards. There we go. Perfect. So we get a... Sure, we'll cast this. And... Cast this. We'll cast them all. Cast... And then cast the Ugin. Gets a ton of counters on his Mana Gorger. But we should stabilize here. So Ugin comes out, the Offshoot comes out, Hammerback Walker dies, the Revenge comes out, Explosive Vegetation finds us 2 basic lands, which gains us some life. Can't believe he kept those in there. Maybe just didn't have anything better. And then the Explosive Vegetation gains us 2 more life. The Pilgrimage will gain us a life. The Scrying should find us a Cataract. Or a Sanctum. I think a Sanctum's actually fine here. And then we can -3. I don't think there's anything else we can do, so exile the Mana Gorger. And then I don't quite think we attack into Ugin. Yeah, we do. No. Ooh. Yeah, we'll attack in. And you can get us down to a 2 again. And we can just drop, I think at this point Explosive Vegetation's fine to get rid of. Maybe I should have kept the Revenge back because he could have a Revenge in his hand. And that just wins the game. Yeah, in hindsight that was the right play, just keep it back. Now, the Archive won't do it. He has to sack it to... At this point, I think he just keeps the mana back to pump up the Hingerback to give himself 2 blockers. But I get to go crazy here. Finds him some more cards, but it's over. Three damage to me. And leaves back his Hingerback. So we actually have one turn to... No, we don't, because we just kill the... Why would he attack there? I don't understand the attack. Unless he's got another Ugin in hand, because we're going to kill his Ugin with our Ugin. And then try to get rid of 2 lands with the Ulamog, I believe, and then he has to dump down a land. He does have a land in his hand, though. So maybe we actually do need to find a way out of this by drawing some cards to find another Nissa's Renewal. Yeah, I think we might need to find a Nissa's Renewal. There it is. So we should be okay now. I'm not going to Villainous Wealth. I'm going to play the safe route. And Renewal. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kill the Ugin. And then we'll archive. And then attack into him for 8. And this allows us, we'll leave it back. He could draw into a Gaea Revenge, and this would allow us to survive if he's running more than one. I'm just trying to figure out ways not to lose now rather than try to close up a game. It's a pointless attack. We have lethal with the Villainous Wealth next turn through milling him. And now he can cast an Ugin here. Just looks like another Map the Waste. And now he only has 9. I don't think we need to do this. So, play the Sanctum. And we'll Villainous Wealth him. In style. Almost mills him. Really close. Whoops! I had 2 mana with the... Yeah, these want to be on the bottom. And... Oh, he just scoops. Mana Gorgers want to be on top. So he brought in a ton of Mana Gorgers. That's his plan. Anywho, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.